All rise. The court is now in session. Judge Maziomin presiding. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of Disney and Pixar Animation versus Blue Ant TV and G-Point is now in session. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
We will now hear the opening statement from the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, my name is Ryan Redfield and I, on behalf of the Disney and Pixar Animation Company, today you will hear the case on how the accused person, Mr. Zhou Zhirong, copied our IP on Disney's cars. In addition, an IP is an acronym for intellectual property, and we find this matter offensive is because our product was made 9 years ago prior from the first installment and was released on 2006. We're here to prove that the accused person has broken the law of intellectual property, and that is why, Your Honor, we ask for a verdict of guilt. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Will the defense like to give their opening now, or they would like to defer to the prosecution and analyze their case?
We would like to give our opening statement, Your Honor.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, today we are here to represent the accused person, Zhou Zhirong, on the case of Disney and Pixar Animation versus Blue MTV and G-Point. He has been accused of stealing the intellectual property of Disney's cars, even though Mr. Zhirong never watched the animated film before. He does not copy the works from Disney and Pixar, Your Honor. We would like to ask a verdict of not guilty. Thank you, Your Honor.
Will the prosecution please call the first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call Mr. John Gray to the stand.
Please raise your right hand. Will you say the truth, the only truth, the whole truth?
I do.
May God be with you. You may be seated.
Mr. Gray, could you state us your first and last name and introduce a bit about yourself?
First name John, last name Gray. I am the co-head of the project cars and I was the second in command for brainstorming team.
So can you tell us more about your professionalism in this field?
Certainly. The work began with a what-if question. It is a brainstorming process to generate idea. Then Mr. Lasseter, our boss, came up with an idea of what if cars have feelings. Then we took the main piece and pieced it up all together in the pre-production stage. Then the idea came into a product by the design team, and then the cars was born.
So you're saying that you are in part of research and development team, is that it?
Correct.
So can you tell us how do you know that your product has been stolen?
We had a call from the head office about a viral post from Twitter about similarities of the posters. We took the matter seriously as after the case went viral and we bring it to the R&D team. We examined and found proven evidence that can link to the accused work is a copycat of our product.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gray. No further question, Your Honor.
Does the defense has any more questions?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
The witness is excused. Does the prosecution has any more witnesses?
No, Your Honor. The prosecution rests.
Thank you, counsel. Now would the defense call the first witness?
The defense would like to call Mr. Zhou Zhirong to the stand.
Mr. Zhirong, please walk to the stand. Please raise your right hand. Will you say the truth, the only truth, the whole truth?
I do.
May God be with you. You may be seated.
Your Honor, may I proceed with the questioning?
Yes, you may.
Can you please state your full name in the court, please?
Zhou Zhirong.
Mr. Zhirong, is it true that you've never seen Disney Cars movie in your entire life?
No, I have not seen it, though I know of the movie Cars.
What can you tell about the Autobots then, Mr. John Rong?
The Autobot is an original film and independently produced by us, and therefore different from Cars.
Can you describe the originality of your animated film, Mr. John Rong?
Look, are the cars you see in the street are similar? Plus, if somebody else looks like you, does that person violate the laws?
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Jarong does not answer on the means of originality.
Overruled. Is the defense has any more further questions?
No, not at this time, Your Honor.
Is the prosecutor ready to cross?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
I am confused with your statement, Mr. Jarong. You tell us that you have never seen Cars before, but you know the movie. But is it weird that you haven't seen the posters or merchandises before?
No, I do not.
This is weird. This is weird actually, because why? Your Honor, here I have the evidence of both Cars 1 and 2 posters side by side. As you can see here that the resemblance of the characters is very uncanny. You can have take a deep look.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. The prosecution, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Here I also have the evidence from Douban, a Chinese social media platform, and here, based from user 501, say it, and I quote, "Many innocent moviegoers took their kids to the movie theaters believing to be Cars. Your Honor, we share the same concerns as the moviegoers in China and also around the world. Now, Mr. John Rong, do you still want to uphold your innocence with the evidence in the court right in front of you?"
We hope people can be more tolerant, as a Chinese animation just started not long ago and is nowhere near the Hollywood production. I can say that we can only learn from Disney, but we would never copy. The Autobot isn't a copycat. The main storyline of our movie is completely different than Disney, and our goal is to teach children about thinking and innovation. So yes, I still stand with my words.
Even so, the character's design of the Autobots is similar to Disney's. No further question, Your Honor.
Does the defense has anything to add?
No, Your Honor. The defense rests its case.
Mr. General, you may step down. Thank you. I will now hear the closing statement on the behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today we have the collection of proof that Mr. John Rong is guilty on copying the designs of the characters from Disney. We would like to ask you a verdict of guilty.
Are there any final arguments from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to review the law of intellectual property. Under the Copyright Act 1987, under the Section 7(2), the works will be protected irrespective of quality or the purpose of creation. From the evidence gathered, it is proven that Disney is the first holder of intellectual property and it is well known worldwide for the product. The accused could not bring sufficient argument based on the lack of evidence. Thus, from the both arguments of the case, I am hereby found Mr. Zhao Jiangrou guilty of breaking the intellectual property law under Section 7(2). Therefore, the accused must pay the fine of $194,600,000 to Disney and Pixar Animation, including the compensation and legal fees. The case is closed. The court is adjourned.